Hi, good morning and good evening everybody. My name is Andrew Munro. I'm the Project Manager for the Cambridge South East Transport Study on behalf of Greater Cambridge Partnership. I'm here to talk tonight about the project and the consultation which is currently underway. In terms of my bidding, in terms of being able to answer other transport issues, I will do so to the best of my knowledge, but I don't represent the County Council in general. I'm here specifically on behalf of Greater Cambridge Partnership. So I think we all understand the problem. 44,000 new jobs to be created in and around Cambridge by 2031. More than 8,000 homes proposed for the area southeast of Cambridge, and predictions are that journey times between the A11 and Cambridge with no action will increase by 50% by 2031. So in terms of potential solutions, because there are potential solutions at the moment, and the Cambridge South East Transport Study isn't the only project in town. So in terms of dealing with some of the context in terms of other projects, this is the A1307, which we all know and love or hate, as we want it. The Combined Authority has sanctioned a study which will be commencing shortly into transport improvements along the A505, and that would include elements of the A1301. Greater Cambridge Partnership is looking at the Western Orbital Busway and working with Highways England on the possibility that a section of motorway on the west side of Cambridge could become a smart motorway. There's the A428 Cambourne to Cambridge, which has finished consultation last year. We're promoting projects on the A10 and on Milton Road and Histon Road, and as you're probably all aware, the new A14 is currently under construction. And the Combined Authority have also announced proposals to improve the A10 towards Ely. In terms of on this particular axis, there's a group in Haverhill led by the Chamber of Commerce who are promoting a new dual carriageway from Haverhill to the A11. It's not exactly on that line, that's just their ambition. Greater Cambridge Partnership has provided some funding for traffic modelling, but in other respects is not supporting the project as such. And then we have the A1307 itself. So our vision for 2025 is shown on this plan here. So the orange routes are future transit, cycling, walking improvements. So we're on this limb here, Baden Research Campus, Grant Park and out towards Haverhill. But there are other limbs of the network, and those of you who have been watching the media will have seen the proposals by the Combined Authority of the Mayor for a Cambridgeshire metro system, which will join all this up in the centre of Cambridge. So there's our future potential Cambridge South Station. There's the current Cambridge Station, there's Cambridge North, that's the existing guided busway, there's the M11. So the story so far, our initial focus was improvements along the A1307 specifically. We produced some initial concepts in 2015, 2016, and took those to public consultation in 2016, and then further developed the options towards the end of 2016 into early 17. We took those to the first local liaison forum meeting, where we got some challenge over how ambitious our proposals were, and we took that to the Greater Cambridge Assembly and the Executive Board in March last year, and we were directed to hold workshops with the local liaison forum. And the local liaison forum is parish councillors, county councillors, district councillors along the route of the A1307, as well as representatives from Queen Edith, Trumpton Residents Association, Cambridge Past, Present and Future, Magog Trust, the University Hospitals Trust, and one or two others. And we had a number of workshops with them over the last summer, which generated the various options. So we had initial ideas generation, that generated about 200 ideas. We filtered those down to about 50 and went through a further shortlisting process to arrive at essentially the proposals which are on the leaflets in front of you and on the boards out here if you had a chance to look at those. And the recommendation for local labour forum is to take all those three strategies forward to public consultation. And in November 2017, the Greater Cambridge Executive Board agreed with that recommendation that we should commence consultation with the public on our proposals in February this year, which is what we're now doing. We started that on the 9th of February, and we have had some delays getting leaflets out due to bad weather, so we've extended the end date for the consultation to the 9th of April, so it's a further month to go to get responses from as many people as possible on the proposals. So we have a number of common works which we're planning to do along the A1307, which I'll come to. And then we have three strategies for improving public transport between the A11 and Cambridge. Strategy 1 is a mass transit route between the A11, A505 and the Cambridge Biomedical Campus. And that will potentially integrate into the proposal by the Combined Authority for a Cambridgeshire Metro. Strategy 2 is on-highway bus lanes and a public transport route from the existing Faberham Road Park and Ride site to the Biomedical Campus. And Strategy 3 is on highway westbound bus lanes all the way from roughly the area of the Faberham Research Campus to the existing Addenbrooke's bus station. East of the A11, essentially the proposals are all the same. So phase 1 are works that we plan to commence in the short term to address immediate problems on the A1307 and existing accident problems. So starting from this end, we're planning to improve the junction with Brandon's Road to include a right turn lane, so that traffic waiting to turn right doesn't impede traffic and buses coming out of Cambridge. We're planning to add additional cycle storage and electric charging points to the Faberham Road Park and Ride site. Between the Addenbrooke's roundabout and Linton, there's an existing path, cycleway over most of that section. We're planning to join it all up and improve it where necessary to form a Linton Greenway between the roundabout outside front of Addenbrooke's all the way to Linton, so there'll be a continuous cycling route. The Haverhill Road junction at Waterbury is an accident cluster site. We're proposing to move the junction of Haverhill Road further away from the blind summit at Waterbury, so there'll be greater visibility and extend the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit to before the top of the hill rather than starting just after it. That will improve safety and will stagger the junction with the farm shop. Because of the width of the road, the volume of traffic, the speed of traffic occurs severance for people who are trying to cross the road. There's an existing path up Haverhill Road, but it stopped short because it was felt that it shouldn't all the way because it then encouraged people to cross the road. We're proposing to address that by providing a pedestrian cycle underpass under the A1307 at that location. At the roundabout outside the Faberham Research Campus, we're going to put in a two-can crossing to enable people to cross the road safely. People at the moment have to get off the bus and dash across the road to get into the campus, and we need to bring our cycle route from one side to the other. There's an existing route through the campus we want to connect to. Existing route through the campus, and then we'll join that up to the existing footbridge over the A11. It's a steel footbridge. It currently has steps for cycle gutters. We're proposing to add ramps to that to make it possible to cycle over. The bridge is only 2 metres wide. I don't think anybody would want to share the bridge 2 metres wide with a horse. And it's too costly to try to replace the entire structure just to provide for equestrians. So there's enough headroom under the river bridge, and we've checked the flooding frequency there. And we're proposing that we will construct paths down beside the A11 to reach the river under the bridge to allow people riding horses to get across the A11. Continue that route through the Abingtons and come out at the Hildisham crossroad, Hildisham High Street junction, and we're proposing to put signals there to provide a safe crossing of the road and to make it easier for people to join the A1307 with safety. On the eastbound approach to the Four Wentways roundabout, we're proposing a short section of bus lane, and we're going to combine that with safety improvements at the Faberham High Street junction. Hildisham Crossroads I've covered. We continue our Linton Greenway to Linton, and then on the dual carriageway section just before Linton, the evening peak hour, traffic tends to queue in only one lane. Traffic goes fast up in lane 2, and that causes an accident problem with Dalehead Foods access. So we're proposing to make some improvements there to increase the safety. And because the traffic tends to queue only in one lane and people get irritated because people try to get ahead, we're going to use one lane for a peak hour bus lane on the approach to Linton. At the Linton Village College, there's a set of traffic signals. We're proposing to install a smarter controller there to increase capacity. It will adapt better to changing demands and will improve the flow of traffic. At Linton High Street, we're planning to signalise the junction there and implement a right turn except for buses. The purpose is to enable the buses to get higher priority out onto the A30 and A7 and improve the transit of buses, or transit time of buses through Linton. Because we won't be able to turn right there, we're proposing to construct a roundabout at the Barclay Crossroads. And at that location, construct a small rural travel hub to improve access to the services on the A37 that go through Linton. People in Linton, the parish council tell us that people who park in Linton who park there just to catch the bus. We want to try and improve the passage of the buses through Linton. In the current moment, at times you see them down the high street, we've got two wheels on the footway. You may be able to do that by displacing some of the parking that's currently used for informal park and ride in Linton to the travel hub, and potentially free up some road spaces in Linton to enable the buses to get through more easily. The westbound bus lane on the approach to Linton will be 1052 junction to improve journey time reliability for buses from Haverhill, and safety improvements, speed reduction measures, traffic calming measures between Linton and Horseheath in the section of dual carriageway, and proposing at the moment to close the Central Reserve at Dean Road, because at the moment people have to cross 4 lanes of fairly fast traffic in order to use the junction, which is another reason for providing the roundabout at Barclay Road, to make it more easy for people to get out there. So these proposals, subject to public consultation, so we'll look at the responses people come back with, see what they favour, what they don't. Some of these works we could planning to get done this summer, where we just need to change some signs, put a bit of paint on the road. We're potentially doing those this summer. We've got resurfacing work going on in the A30 and A7, so we're going to do some of that work this year. The rest we'll complete next year. Some of the bigger scale works where we need to acquire land, planning consent, highways orders and so on will be longer term. We're planning to complete all these works by the end of 2020 on the current programme. Phase 2 are longer term proposals to improve public transport between the A11 and Cambridge. So strategy 1 is the mass rapid transit route from near the A11 A505 junction to the biomedical campus, connecting to the proposed Cambridge South Station and then to the existing guided busway into Cambridge. At the moment that's an indicative route. They're assuming at the moment that it will be part of the Cambridgeshire Metro, which has been proposed by the Combined Authority. There's a lot more work to be done on that. And we're also aware of the challenges that the route presents in terms of crossing greenbelt land and the particular landscape there. But it would provide improved transport opportunities other than the private car for people living in Great Shelford, Stapleford and Salisbury. So, Cambridgeshire Metro, trams in all other respects except they have rubber wheels and they don't need rails. They'll be provided at a considerably lower cost than a conventional light rail system. There are hardly any cities in the world the size of Cambridge with an extensive light rail system. This gives the opportunity to provide a large-scale metro system but at a considerably lower cost than would be the case with the light rail. Well, they would have these multi-car vehicles which would run essentially on a road, but only they would run on that surface. And we would have a path alongside. It wouldn't necessarily look like this. This is just a generic cross-section to demonstrate the concept. Strategy 2 is a more conventional on-highway bus lane solution from close to the Baberham Research Campus roundabout to the existing Baberham Road Park and Ride site, and from there a road across to the biomedical campus. That route could operate as a short arm of the Cambs Metro, but it could also operate as a busway. I should point out, something I forgot to point out, is that in this proposal we would assume we would be looking for a park and ride site in the area of the A11. We think that's the best place to locate a park and ride site to pick up the greatest demand of traffic. We haven't identified a site at the moment because we really want to see which way people feel in terms of the strategy and what the way forward is for the project as a whole, and then we'll consult separately on the site locations. With the strategy 2 and 3, where the improvements are mainly on the A1307, we'll be looking for a site in the vicinity of the 4 Wentways Junction. The strategy 2, view from the top of the hill at the Bog Farm Shop. That's the Bog Farm Shop junction. The Addenbrooke's in the distance, so there would be a bus lane down the side of the road there, down to Hinton Way roundabout to the other side to the park and ride site. And the bus link to the campus could look something like that. Again, very generic cross-section. Single-decker buses, because we would expect them to continue to use the guided busway into Cambridge, which currently has a headroom restriction at Plymouth Road. Strategy 3 is bus lanes, but this time all the way to the existing Addenbrooke's bus station. So those are the 3 strategies. Again, down the hill from Wandlebury, bus lane on the side, and then on Baberham Road, bus lane on one side, improved footway on the other within the available width of the highway at that point. So we have those 3 strategies. We're consulting on what people think about them, and we'll consider the results of that consultation and advise the Greater Cambridge Partnership Board and the Combined Authority as to the results of the consultation. So the phase 1 works. Those are all those measures along the A1307. Subject to consultation, we're looking to go to the Greater Cambridge Partnership Board in July this year for approval to proceed with those. And where there are works which we can do quickly and easily, we just need to change some sites, put a bit of white paint on the road, we don't need to acquire land or anything. We'll do those as quickly as we can. Others take a little bit longer, and we will plan to complete those by 2020. Phase 2, part of transport elements, at the moment they're high-level concepts. So we're looking for feedback on those, and largely at this moment to inform the Greater Cambridge Partnership Board and the Combined Authority of the future direction of travel with the project. And there's more development work to do, so they're on a longer timescale. So the next steps are, we're currently out to public consultation on the common elements, phase 1, and the high-level concepts. Decision in July in terms of a favoured strategy going forward, and the common elements for delivery. And then the low-cost works, we could get some of those done this year, some next year, and aim to complete all that phase 1 by the end of 2020. And potentially the Combined Authority's ambition is to get a trial service of the Metro operating to the biomedical campus by the end of 2021. Subject to consultation, we, with a fair wind, could have that extended to the A11 by the end of 2022. And full completion of the Metro system is currently planned, largely because of the difficulties with all the tunnels that are proposed in central Cambridge, for 2025, 2026.
Thank you very much indeed, Andrew.